Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please hit the big red rectangle below. That would be greatly appreciated. And recently, I decided to whip out the PS3 and go back and play some Call of Duty. Namely, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. And it's been quite a fun time, I won't lie. But before we get into it, I have to apologize for not uploading last Sunday. I had an idea for a video I wanted to make, however, I really didn't want to make that video. I think I'm going to do that video either next Thursday or the Sunday after the one that's coming up. I really wanted to upload a Warzone video, and I also have another video in mind that I want to upload before that one, so sorry about not uploading last Sunday. But with that out of the way, let's get into it. Now, I won't be talking about the campaign for BO2 in this video. I don't plan on making that video about it either, only if there's enough people who want to see that. Today, I'm going to be talking about multiplayer and zombies. I won't be covering every single detail or every single zombies map, just a general sum up of how it is to play those modes. But with that, let's start talking about multiplayer. My last memories on BO2 are filled with hackers and multiplayer lobbies ruining my games. But when I went to revisit BO2, I was surprised to find an absence of cheaters and hackers. It was really fun actually. And it's not like the lobbies were filled with prestige masters who had every gun in the game maxed out. I mean, I'm not saying there weren't those guys, but there weren't so many of them that it ruined the experience. And it's not like those guys completely dominated the lobbies either. To be honest, most of them weren't even that good. It seemed like everyone was on an even playing field, which was a nice surprise to find. You could play with any gun and still do well. Want to play with the MP7? Go right ahead. Remington? Sure, why not? The Fail? Of course. At least on most maps, that is. On a couple maps, like Carrier for instance, snipers are pretty much the go-to. Even though I didn't use a sniper on Carrier, or any of the other maps that are like it for that matter, I still did relatively well. And I feel like that versatility to use any gun you want and still make it work is a big part in why I still like playing BO2. If I want to use a Remington on Carrier, I can. Granted, it won't be as effective as, say, the DSR, but still, you can make it work. Another great part of BO2 multiplayer is the maps. There are so many good maps in this game. Nuketown, Studio, Vertigo, Slums, Carrier, just to name a few. There's a wide variety of maps that each suit certain playstyles. Want to be a sniper and pick people off? Play Carrier. Want to get up in your enemies' faces with a Remington? Hello, Studio. Want to have a proper Call of Duty AR battle? Slums. Want to have chaos and absolutely no coordination? Nuketown. There are so many different maps to fit so many different playstyles that even if you don't like one map, you might like another. There's just so much fun to be had in all the variety. It's honestly incredible. It's one of the biggest reasons for this game's success. If you asked me to name you a multiplayer map from Infinite Warfare, I couldn't tell you one. Those maps don't stick with you. You feel no personal attachment to them. Unlike Infinite Warfare, the maps in BO2 have personal value. You get excited when you see Studio, or Nuketown, or whatever map is your favorite. And that's something hard to do, especially in a multiplayer game, and especially in COD, when once the next game is released, everyone just moves on to that one and abandons the old one. And for BO2 to still hold so much weight and so many memories in people is astonishing. And I haven't even gotten into the weapons yet. There's so many different and good guns in this game. I'm going off the top of my head right now. The PGW, the MSMC, the Scorpion EVO, the MP7, the Peacekeeper, the SWAT, the Type 25, the M8A1, the SCAR, the AN94, the FAL, the LSAT, the Remington, the KSG, the DSR, and the Ballista. There are so many amazing and memorable weapons in this game, it's unbelievable. I bet you that everyone watching this video remembers that one gun. It may not be one of the guns I just mentioned because I know I didn't say some of the other popular guns, like the Vector for instance, but everyone has that one gun. For me personally, that gun is the MP7. I love the MP7. I'd probably say it's my favorite gun in all of COD. Not only is it really good, but it's the first and only weapon I got the gold weapon skin on. Now before you say anything, that was on my old account, so that's why I don't have any other gold weapon skins. Also, I was like 8 at the time, so it was pretty difficult for me to be able to get gold on my MP7. It felt like such a huge accomplishment, finally getting gold on the MP7. It's one of my best memories playing BO2. And to have that much personal attachment to a gun is incredible. That's what BO2 can do. It can make you so invested in so many different ways. It's just impossible to forget about this game if you played it back in the day. BO2 multiplayer was, and still is, groundbreaking. I've had more fun playing BO2 multiplayer than I've had with any of the newer COD games. There's been no other game quite like BO2. If you've never played BO2 before, please go to a friend's house and play it. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. But we're only looking at one half of the story. There's still Black Ops 2 zombies. Now let me give you a little story about Black Ops 2 zombies. In the beginning, BO2 zombies sucked. Coming right off the heels of BO1 Zombies and the fantastic maps and Easter eggs that game contained, the bar was set high for BO2. Maybe a little too high. Black Ops 2 launched with the map Transit, and if you don't remember, Transit isn't a very good map. There are numerous problems with the map. The fog, the bus, the lava, just to name a few. So, the start of BO2 Zombies sucked. However, there were, of course, DLC. The first DLC released, Die Rise. Die Rise is probably the most controversial map in all of Zombies, or at least one of them. Either you like Die Rise, or you don't. Either you like the verticality of this map, or you don't. But the overall reception of the map was lukewarm at best. So now, everyone thinks BO2 Zombies is a failure. They couldn't possibly pull it back with the next 3 DLC. Could they? You bet your sweet ass they could. Mob of the Dead has released an incredible map. Great atmosphere, great story, great weapons. Everything about this map is amazing. One of the most debated maps for the number 1 spot in this entire series. Next DLC, Buried is released. Buried is the one Victus map that everyone's okay with. No one really dislikes the map, but no one really loves it. I mean, the atmosphere was amazing, and the new perk Vulturate was really cool. Combined with the underwhelming Wonder weapons, the Paralyzer and the Ray Gun Mark II, Buried was just there. So, at this point, Black Ops 2 Zombies isn't that good. I mean, you have Mob of the Dead, which is great, and you have Buried, which is okay, but that's it. But then, the clouds opened up. With the glorious light shining down on Earth, Treyarch brought us one of the best maps in the series, Origins. Now, if you've never played Origins, then let me let you in on a little secret. It's really good. Origins has so much going for it. We have our original cast of characters, Tank Dempsey, Nikolai Belinsky, Takio Masaki, and Dr. Edward Richtofen, all back for another Zombies adventure. But this time, there's robots, there's staffs, there's a goddamn tank you can ride on. It was such a cool map. It was such an incredible and distinct map. And all of what I've said here still holds true till this day. Origins and Mob of the Dead are still great maps, and you can still find people playing this game online. BO2 Zombies has reached its peak of greatness after so long. But was it better than BO1 Zombies? Sadly, it wasn't. BO1 had Kino, a great overall map, 5, a controversial map but a good map nonetheless, Ascension, the first modern Zombies map, Shangri-La is the most beautiful Zombies map ever made, Call of the Dead, a really cool map with a lot of fun and unique elements, especially in the cast, and Moon, the map with debatably the best Easter egg in Call of Duty. Were all these maps hits? No, of course not. But each one of them had a player base. Each map had fans who would passionately defend them, and who would swear that their map was the best map. Everyone had their map, the map they liked the most. And not even to mention the 4 World at War maps. Nocturne Toten, Verrucht, Shinonuma, and Darius were all thrown in as the cherry on top of this amazing package. So many great maps in just one game. But all BO2 has is Mob of the Dead, Origins, Buried, and Nuketown. I know I haven't mentioned Nuketown up until this point, but that's because most people saw Nuketown as just a fun little bonus along with all the other big maps. It simply did not have the wealth of good maps that BO1 had, and that was its problem. I'm sure there were plenty of fans, myself included, that would prefer to play the BO2 maps over the BO1 maps. I would rather play Mob of the Dead and Origins over any map in BO1. However, that's it for BO2. If you ask me, I could only play one COD Zombies game for the rest of my life, just Zombies, because if we factored in multiplayer, I would go with BO2 with no questions asked. But excluding multiplayer, I would have to go with BO1. Now, I know BO3 also has a great Zombies, especially with the Zombie Chronicles, but Dreisendrach and Gorod Krovi aren't really my thing. I do like Shadows and the Giant quite a bit, and of course Kino, Shangri-La, Ascension, Moon, and Origins. But leaving Call of the Dead behind is too much for me, and also, I have a lot of nostalgia for BO1. If I wasn't factoring in my opinion, I'd say BO3, because BO3 objectively has the best zombies in the entire series. But the question wasn't about what is the best objective zombies experience in the series. It was my personal favorite. I love Mob and Origins to death, but I just couldn't take BO2 over BO1. However, even though Black Ops 2 Zombies was worse than Black Ops 1, it was still really good. I mean, people are still playing this game till this day. That's not something a lot of old multiplayer games can say, especially one from such a milk series such as COD. Don't get it twisted, I love BO2 Zombies. However, I see the faults in it. BO2 Zombies is really awesome, and while it isn't as good as its predecessor, it's still really good. Black Ops 2 Zombies showed that Treyarch knew what they were doing, at least until BO4. But one thing I mentioned earlier was how I excluded multiplayer from which game I would choose to play. If I included everything about these games, the multiplayer, the zombies, even the campaign, there's no doubt in my mind I would choose BO2. The entire package of BO2 is quite incredible. You can play multiplayer for a bit, and then once you get bored, hop on Zombies and play some Origins or Mob of the Dead. And that's why this game is so awesome. There's so much flexibility and versatility to this game. From the guns, to the maps, to the different modes in BO2, it is truly a one-size-fits-all game. There's something for everyone in Black Ops 2, whether it be zombies, multiplayer, or the campaign. I mean, you can still get into multiplayer games and zombie games with little wait time. Hell, people are still playing Transit, and I'm not even kidding about that. People are still playing Transit to this very day. As you watch this, someone right now is playing a public match of Transit. And even if you didn't agree with all my points or opinions in this video, I think we can all agree on something. That Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is one of the best Call of Duty experiences out there. And there's no game that can even attempt to recreate that special feeling that BO2 has. And with that, that is the end of today's video. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like and hit the big red rectangle below. That would be greatly appreciated. If you like this video and subscribe right now, I will personally hand bake you the most delicious chocolate chip cookie you've ever had. Thank you all so very much for watching. And now, I'm probably going to go eat some food.